Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We back with another one.
Yes, sir.
Good afternoon, world. Good morning. Good afternoon, everyone else, man. Welcome to another episode of Gurus of the Game. I am your host, former ball player and current corporate thug. Take over, Russ.
And I'm Coach E, coaching out 901. Checking in with you tonight. We want to thank you guys for checking in with us. Shout out to everyone tuning in.
Absolutely. Thank y'all for tapping in with us. Tapping in with another Saturday with us, man. Without y'all, we are nothing. This is your first time here. Be clear. Gurus of the Game is a show that highlights current and former collegiate and professional athletes that have used the game of basketball to change their life on and off the court. And tonight, man, we got a very, very special episode. We got my guy Harry Green, straight out the mean streets of Memphis 10, tapping in with us, man, and let us know about his story, his hoop journey, man, and how he got to where he's at today. But before we get to that, man, my brother Chanel, man, what's good with you, baby?
What's going on? How you doing?
Man, fantastic on a Saturday night. You feel me?
Yes,
Back
sir.
to it, back another episode 9, man. We getting up there.
We getting up there. We getting
Yeah,
up there.
I can't complain, man. You know, they thought I was gonna stop, and they never gonna stop, man. If anything, we really just getting started. We really ain't even really scratched the surface yet, man. With what we could do with this thing.
It's just getting going.
Yeah, most definitely. We just getting going. I'm excited about tonight's episode, man. Another one out that Memphis basketball tree. Harry
Mhm.
Green. He has a lot going on, man. Excited to hear his story. That definitely I know that White Station, man. It's something crucial over there in Memphis, man.
Yeah, most definitely it's a power. It's one of those powerhouses.
Yeah, for
Good
sure. Memphis
night, good basketball.
White Station.
Yeah, good night, good basketball.
Okay, yeah. Every time I bring up Memphis, man, them boys be talking about White Station. So we got another one to tap in with us, man. So excited to hear what all that is about. So without further ado, we bring my guy on in, man. Let's give it up for my man Harry Green, man. Let's give it up for Harry Green, man.
Yo, what it do? What it do? In
Young
the
Green,
building.
respecting with you, baby.
I'm good, man. I'm good. How y'all boys doing?
We're doing good.
I heard you
Man,
talking
going
that
real
good stuff
good.
about White Station. I like that.
Yeah, I heard a lot about it, man. You know, my what I like to call them, man, my insiders gave me some insights, man, about you, about White Station, and about that 2010 class of Memphis, man. So excited to get into that.
Yeah, man. Man, that was probably one of the best times of my life too.
Yeah, I can agree with that. Yeah, I played at a few powerhouses and I've seen a few games myself, but I definitely want to know how it was for you coming up in Memphis, man, and going to White Station and then going on to Christian Brothers. But before we get to that, bro, let us know kind of how it all started. Popular question we like to ask here at Gurus of the Game is kind of like, who was your first guru, man? Who put the ball in your hands?
Man, the first person that really put the ball in my hand that I can really remember was my uncle, my sister's brother. They call him Boo, but his name's Vincent. But first guy, like I just remember being in South Memphis, just like I didn't even really know that I was playing basketball. We was just playing outside, you know. I mean, like you know it's basketball, but I don't know what we really doing. And we used to be at the apartments, and there was a house behind the apartments that had like a half court, like concrete. And
Mm.
so we were playing on that half court concrete probably like when I was at the age of like 7 all the way to probably like 14.
Mm.
But my uncle was really the guy that really man put the ball in my hand and I guess was trying to let me know like I think you really can play a little bit.
Well, what was one of the skills that you had early on?
Definitely
Right.
ball handling,
Yeah.
just in general, just speed, quickness, just being, just a small guard,
Mm-hmm.
like just trying to be creative. I was already like creative, just trying to do layups, always having to go like low and doing like between the legs dunks, windmills, just and then
Mm-hmm.
like as I continue to like get older and taller, like just let it up a little bit more. But I would play on 10 feet, just like when we would hoop, but I would always like, man, let's just play horse all the time. Like let, let's do
Mm.
layup, man, dunks, shots, all types of stuff, and that. I think that like my creativity in general on the court, but particularly when my ball handling was already kind of there, I really didn't ever have to like work on it.
Mm. Not to got just gifted it ball.
Yeah, I really do think it was just because I mean I can't think of a time that I really was like actually doing like real, of course like camps, practice and stuff you doing drills, but just like really in workouts and just like I really don't know how to dribble, so I'm trying to do drills to get better. I just was always like crossing, like we would play outside all the time, and I would just be crossing people over just all the time. Like I don't even know how it was like I love Allen Iverson, so I just used to like Allen Iverson, really like hot sauce, like it's like I'm looking at guys that's like really like just doing stuff on the court that just look cool, trying to do their stuff, and then man, I guess I just kind of like fell in love with just ball handling.
I can agree with that. I think that was kind of more our era, like shaking and baking,
Man,
doing tricks with the basketball, the
Yeah.
hot
trying to break
sauces,
somebody's ankle.
Red trying to break somebody's ankles, the Steph Marbury's, the Tim Hardaway crossovers. I think that was the fancy passes. I think that was more point guard. Like
Man,
cats wanted to be a point guard back in the day. You know what I'm saying?
facts.
I'm interested though. Tell me a little bit about your uncle. Like, did he play growing up? I mean, did he play back in Memphis? Did he have like a history of hooping, or did he just kind of see something in you?
So my uncle was kind of more. He played basketball for sure in school, but he really played football.
Okay.
He played at Hamilton, and but like he I don't know. He just had like a feel for the game. Like he just knew what was going on. He would play like like church leagues. They'll have like like he'll play in those for our church. But he really played football in school, and I just know that me and my little cousin, we just used to really not even just my little cousin on my mom's side, but even on my dad's side, like our cousins, we just love basketball so much. Like just growing up, I don't even know who was just like y'all about to start hooping. I think we just kind of like just once we started doing it for the first time, we just fell in love with it. It just felt so natural and fun that we just never wanted to stop playing all day every day.
Did you get a chance to play? Did you start off community center ball or AAU ball?
Man, I started in community center first, really just community center, park commission, um, church league, all of the leagues where it's like, it ain't really no fee to get on the team. It ain't
Right.
no travel. It ain't no, we probably pulling up to the same place like every day. Every time we have a game is at the same church or the same gym, but
Right.
I really didn't even it's crazy. I didn't even really have like knowledge of AAU. Like I knew it existed, but I didn't really like know how to go about like getting on the AAU team. So I really didn't start playing AAU until going into sixth grade, going into seventh grade. And a lot of guys are already playing AAU at my age before middle school.
Right.
So I was like kind of like a late comer into the AAU scene. But as soon as I started playing AAU, I played with the Y. Like so, like my first couple years, I was instantly put in like high level like competition, like from the jump. And a lot of those guys I played with, man, I played with them at White. A few of those guys I played with at White Station. But just even the team that I played with, a lot of those guys went to a lot of different high schools and did well.
Do you think it was beneficial for you to kind of start playing AAU later on and just kind of have and you having the chance to kind of have that free play before AAU to kind of figure out what you're good at and not so much good at?
Kind of, yeah. I think a little. Well, I think also a little bit of it was once I knew what AAU, once I like actually started playing AAU and I knew what it was. I was kind of glad that my game was a little more developed, like so I
Right.
can instantly jump in. But I didn't like not. I didn't get a chance to stay with that Y team, so I played AAU like 3 years, and then I took a year off, and then I played AAU 2 years. But I think that like sometimes I think about like when I think about my basketball, like lifespan, I really be thinking, man, I wish I would have just known that the AAU scene really is legit, just trying to get you seen. It's just super exposure all over the place. So it's not necessarily like, yeah, you want to win basketball games, but you also have to play a little different in those environments. It's because of the way teams are constructed, the makeup of how tournaments are made. It's not really like bragging rights. Really, the bragging rights for it is like totally different than when you're playing school ball. So I think that like I really just wish I wish that I would have picked a different team sometimes, or just played with multiple teams, like more that could give me like, all right, I'm going to these different cities and states, and, even more. And I think that would have just made me get more exposure in general.
So you was more of a diehard for the team, whereas AAU was just strictly about, are you good? How many, what can you do for the next program, pretty much.
Yeah, I definitely wanted to, bro. I just wanted to win so bad,
Mm.
like I really wanted to just be on a good team that played to win. Like I really didn't even care what the makeup of the team was. We were small, big, it don't matter. Like it's just I knew that if we won, because I wasn't getting, somebody that was just like, see me and be like, man, like that kid can really play. Like I really want to try to help him, like develop. Woo. So I was thinking like, man, if I play on teams that win, somebody gonna see me. Like it's just it gotta add up like that, because I'm coming out and playing hard. We playing in big tournaments. I'm playing with big players, guys who people talk about, playing against big players that guys talk about, and it's just like, man, like it's not. I'm not just on the team by luck. I'm just not like, I gotta try out just like everybody else. I didn't get like a guaranteed spot, so I just feel like, man, as long as I'm winning, I'm always like at the spot where I know that the people who are really basketball people gonna be there at the state championships, at the Final Fours, and it's like those guys who play to the end of seasons, those guys get a real chance regardless if they're the stars or not, because coaches, scouts, they see that, man, they know how to win. These are like winning mentality players. So you never know what you can get out of that player once they get into like another situation that they can, like maybe blossom their game even more. But it was just so many guys in Memphis, I played for a powerhouse. So of course I was gonna go to college. We was winning. But it was just a matter of like, man, like it ain't enough ball to be sharing for everybody to get. You got to really stand out in your own way so you can get an opportunity. Because once you kind of figure out a system on a team, man, you don't want to. If it's broke, if it's working, you don't want to try to break it to fix it. Nothing. You just want to keep doing it so you can, use that consistent formula to win. And that's all we did at White Station, because people took a lot of sacrifices. So, I definitely wish I just had the knowledge to just choose more wisely with AAU, because it would have helped my game just like get seen by more people. Not really just like I knew I would be better. I would average more. I would kill this game. It's just more people would have been able to see me. I would have been on more stages to even show my game. So maybe somebody that is looking for something like that my game is showing. Like I just give myself another chance for me to be seen.
So you're saying, this is interesting. So technically what you're saying is you can be on a good team, yeah, but if you're not exhibiting your talents and skills on those big stages, it's not really going to matter. Is that what you're saying?
I mean, I think it's more on the other side of it. I think is if you do get on those stages and actually show what you can do, you just get more opportunities. Like, I don't think that it hurts you, or if you don't show it or you're not able to. I think it just helps you if you do get a chance to get on those different stages. Like, and you may not even have a major role on a team, but you play the game the right way so well that it helps a good team win on big stages. So you may not be the most talented, but your team wins, and the way you play helps that team win. So you're valuable. Can't nobody say you're not. but a lot of people are valuable there are a lot of valuable people on losing teams, but it's hard for those people to get seen because they just don't get to the games where people are really getting seen.
Thanks.
So being on those good teams help with your exposure, even if you're playing a little bit or if you're playing a lot, simply because they know that you can play because you're on those winning teams.
Most definitely. If smart people in organizations, schools, all of that, if you're on a winning team, you can look down the bench to the 15th person in the layup line and just see how they approach it. You can just see like, man, their iron is getting sharpened. If this is a good team, there's no way that they're on this bench for just like nothing. Like, even if you're literally like, man, in practice, you really just go super hard. Like you challenge just challenging everybody. Because there's a lot of people are legit getting they're getting paid all over the place to just make people better. Trainers, practice guys,
Right.
practice squads for other teams. It's like people are professional practice players,
Right.
and people don't even understand that practice is the hardest part of basketball, not the game. It's the practice. So if you got people in there that are pushing the best players hard, like every day, all the players, they got to be getting better. I mean, it's just, they got to be. So I do think that just if you got a good team and you evaluate them, if you really pay attention, you can see, this player may not be at the same level. The 15th player may not be at the same level as their first, second, third player. But if he get in the game, he's not gonna be out there looking like he don't know what to do. It's just he's there for a reason. So I think it's value in it. But then on losing teams, there are sometimes just players on the team to fill up the team because it's just by design,
Right. That makes sense. And I rock with that. I asked, and that was great because we have a debate all the time. Is it good to just be that last player on a great AAU team's bench? Right.
Yeah.
Yes, it is.
Can I ask a quick question to you guys? In regard to what you just said, how many guys do you think should be on an AAU team?
I say 8 to 10.
Me too. I say 8 to 10.
So so I think about it, if we're considering, so I'm for sure going 10, maybe 11, at the most, just because you just, sports is sports. Somebody's gonna be something.
Right.
But definitely the 10 just to get in practice, you getting in 5-on-5 bump, real simulation. But so if we make it 10, say 10 is the max, that 10th guy on the AAU team, that's not a place to be. Because in AAU you probably are getting sub 5 in, 5 out, especially in the early tournaments and stuff like that. It's just man, I'm playing the guys based off how it's a first unit, second unit. And then when you playing those games in the championship rounds and stuff, you kind of have more of a strategy. You probably struggling your bench just a little bit, but I think the AAU team shouldn't really go over 10, 11 guys. But I do think that it is it's really all about in tournaments where you're playing players who are good. You just don't need to be playing just to be playing in basketball. Everybody is not fortunate to play in tournaments where players are good, but you got to always be trying to challenge yourself in the game to get better. And if you're consistently playing people who you're better than, you'll never get better. So I think a lot. That's why playing up really is beneficial. We play up in tournaments basically my whole entire AAU career.
Talk about how you chose your high school. You talk about AAU. Talk about how you chose your high school.
It was chose for me. Man, I'm a kid. I'm an 8th grader going into 9th grade, and my mama's saying you going to White Station. My sister went to White Station. She graduated 06, but man, I was going wherever it was convenient for me to go with my mom, and then of course her seeing that my sister had already been to White Station. She seen how it was, how it was for her. She was like, I think it's gonna be good for you to go. because once my sister went to college, it was just me and my mom here in Memphis. So I really just like when I got to White Station, it's not that I didn't want to. It's not that I didn't want to go because my guys was going from AU, but of course, going to Snowden, I wanted to go to Central because that's where a lot of my friends is going. But like I said, I'm a kid. I don't have that choice. And I made a lot of friends at White Station who I still love today. And it's just like I still love those people that went to Central too. So it's like I don't regret ever going to White Station. And if I did have the choice, I would have chose White Station. Or it would have been private school, if that was actually like realistic. Like if I had the opportunity to go to a private school, I wouldn't mind going private. But I loved public school basketball in Memphis at that time because it was super competitive.
Right.
But White Station is definitely, it would have been my first choice. It was either Central or White Station.
What made Central the second choice?
I mean, my guys were going to White Station, like Joe, Julian, we were playing AAU together. And all of us were going to White Station. So it was just like, man, it wasn't even a basketball thought. Like, I don't want to go to Central or White Station because they're both good schools academically.
Right.
And honestly, like I said, the people I knew a lot of people going to Central. I mean, I even knew the coach from Central because I played with his son at Snowden. So I knew that I could go to Central and play, like, man, have a good career. It wouldn't be, but my guys was going to White Station, and the way that we were playing in AAU, I just could feel it. I was like, man, I just know we can win something. Like, I don't know what it is, but, like the way I just seen how we were developing individually and together. And I was just like, man, I want to go here. Like, like we went to, I literally remember like finishing out the summer for AAU like that, right, going into 9th grade, and our AU coach, Coach Johnson, he took me, Julian, Joe. It was like 5 of us. He took us up to White Station to like play, just like hoop. And that day, like I could feel it. The gym was big. Like I just could feel it. That was the first I was going to games before. My sister was there, so I would go to games, CJP, them, all of it, like that whole era. Like, and literally, like my first time ever getting a chance to like actually play on the court, I was just like, it felt like the Celtics arena, it just felt like an NBA style, like it felt like big. So I was like, man, like, yeah, like we were playing seniors, like the day that we came, the only people that were really there were the seniors and the juniors. It wasn't really like the full team. It was just they were just and pick up like different days during the week. And man, I remember that day we learned a lot about ourselves that day. Like from a real, like, definitely like, man, held our own, definitely learned a lot from those guys. Like, but we knew like, man, we can do something. Like,
talk about your first varsity practice. Like, did you get a chance to start? Like, were you automatic on varsity 9th grade, or did you have to work your way up some?
Yeah, so I was on varsity 9th grade. Like I was like instantly in varsity practice, like from that first day that our coach brought us up there, every day that they said they was up there, we was there until like.
Hold on. Before you get to that, did your coach come see you in 8th grade at the middle school?
Nah. So like I was never
on campus.
So I was never. So first of all, Coach Patino, he had just got there the year before. So like, and he's Venezuelan, like he came from Haywood County. He really was just like, he didn't even know the landscape really of like how to maneuver in, like the Memphis basketball scene to even get players. So I had like a breakout year my 8th grade year, because a couple guys transferred to Southwind, and I think I averaged like 25 or 26 that my 8th grade year. And I don't think no school was like really like, man, this coach is coming to watch me play. I really didn't know. Like I wasn't even like privy to like how to even get seen. I just wasn't even thinking people were watching me, period. I'm gonna just be honest. Like I just really was playing hard, just trying to keep on getting better. and I wanted to win. So like it was like, man, every time I got thrust in a new, situation where I had to, all right, bro, you playing the role, I can do that. All right, bro, you the man, I can do that. Like it's just, I really was just embracing it. So I do remember. So I definitely remember when it was time when Southwind was like when they were letting their ninth graders in. Our first 2010 was the first class that they graduated. So when they first got there, and Coach Edwards wanted me to come to Southwind. I remember having a conversation with him, but other than that, like man, nobody really was ever. To me, nobody was ever really looking at me. Now they might have. I don't want to say nobody ever really was, but I never had. I never knew. Like I just played. I always played with players who I knew were getting looked at. So I just kind of thought that. I mean, they got to see me too. I'm on the court. Like it's just, I ain't really like thinking that you looking for me, but I'm gonna have a good game every one of them times you there. I'm gonna have a good game, and you might say something to me.
What were some things that you would work on? Like, what are some like 2 or 3 things that you would key in on to say, all right, I'm gonna do this well, this well, this well, because I know this would get me picked up.
Man, defense for one. Like I just wanted to be smart on the court defensively. Like just not like pick my time to gamble. Man, not like don't give free layups, but at the same time like play tough. It's just like don't worry about embarrassment. Like that was really a lot of my defensive IQ. Was like, man, you can't think about like looking cool at all. Like you just really just gotta like be smart and play hard. And like focus on the most important thing, and that's that orange round thing that we flinging around. But defense was one. Man, being able to make open shots, like not missing too many open shots. Like, because I knew that the way that our team was constructed in high school, I knew that there wouldn't be a whole lot of moments in the game where I could go 1-on-1 and try to, take my man off ISOs, and stuff. I would get him, but I knew that like, man, I'm playing with, look, I'm playing, I know who I'm playing with. So I'm playing with Joe Jackson, I'm playing with Andre Hollins. Like, man, these guys are like, respectfully, they are nice. So it's like, it's okay. Like, I want you to do what you're doing. So I think just being able to knock down open shots, and then I was real big on like, like I was real big on like the strategy of like the game. Like I could tell like how teams were coming in. I would talk. Like I just like to talk. I just like to have real dialogue during the game. Like from like trash talking to just talking. Like just engaging stuff that's going on to just get people out for a sec. Just I was doing little stuff like that, but definitely defense, making open shots, and just like kind of like taking advantage of like, man, it's a lot going on emotionally out here, not just basketball. You can get on get on this guy right here just by like playing him 94 feet and talking like you like just making noises. You could talk to people on the free throw line, like say things to them that they probably don't think and just say it to them. Say somebody's name, just like, man, yeah, I seen such and such yesterday. Like, and you like, how you even know him or her? Or like, it's like, and it's just like, they're not even saying how you know that, but it's just like, you could just see it when they clutch that free throw. It's like, what? Like, it just, I'm doing all that type of stuff on the court.
Talk about your first varsity practice. How did it go?
Man, intense, man, super intense.
Hold on, before you answer the question, what was the difference between the high school practice and then the middle school practice? Because a lot of times a lot of kids ninth grade don't get a chance to play on the varsity level, but be in the varsity practice setting, so they don't understand like the levels or how focused you have to be. You gotta be quiet on the sideline, coach talking, or just being the drill. Just how important the time is on the drill, like finishing on time and stuff on the drills and stuff like that.
Facts. I think, man, the biggest difference, to be honest, was just like playing like middle school practice. Once I got to 8th grade, I just know in 6th grade, you super don't know what you're doing for real. Like you even if you hooping, but by 8th grade, you do know what you're doing. So but you finna leave. You kind of like the senior in school. So it's like I'm really can do what I want. Like I ain't saying we didn't have good practices in middle school, but I mean, we just playing basketball. Running over plays,
Right.
doing stuff but like the first practice of varsity, being a 9th grader and seeing a 12th grader catch a lob going baseline, just like boom, it's just like whoa,
That'll
hold up.
do it to you.
Like what? You get back though. You just like get back. You get back though. You just like think it's gonna be like a little pass. This man in the air, boom! Like it's just
That'll do
like,
it to you.
and then hollering like, yeah! Like it's just like, man, the gym definitely started vibrating and feel a little different,
Yeah.
But see the thing about our 9th grade class, we were already tough. Man, we just really wanted to win. We wanted to show that we was hooping for real.
Right.
Between me, Joe, Julian, man, I can speak for them for sure. And there's others too. But for sure them, because I grew up playing basketball with them on the team with them, we wanted to show folks, man, we hooping. And I think the first practice, I ain't gonna lie, I ain't gonna even say that we made people transfer, but it's the team started getting a little mixed up. It's that first practice, one by one, people just started leaving it, going to other schools.
Mm.
And so I mean, nobody is pushing them out. That's the choice that they decided to make. But it's man, it's a lot. The gap obviously is not big enough for the coach to just be like, man, I gotta go with this guy. It's he upper class and whoop whoop. The gap from them to us, it must be small, or it might not even be no gap. But we just hooping. We just man, if you on my team, I love you, but I'm still gonna go at you every day. I don't care if I'm a freshman, sophomore, it don't matter. But it was intense though, super intense. I mean, dunks, just the speed of it, just man, it's more whistles, it's more you just hear more noise, you just hear more feet squeaking. It's just a different, I feel a different type of vibration in the gym. It's just, you really do feel oh yeah, we working in here. It's some work going on.
So with you being your freshman year at White Station, and you coming in hooping with big plans, for your school and for yourself, tell us about some of those distractions that you kind of had to face off the court, and how were you able to walk that thin line and slip through some of those cracks, or did you fall through some of those cracks?
I mean, yeah, you live and you learn. Everybody got to. You got to. So, I was definitely a victim of a few just live and learn situations. Because I was on varsity freshman year, but then I got kicked off varsity freshman year.
For what?
So, I got strictly demoted to freshman basketball only. I couldn't even play JV for a minute.
How did that happen?
I mean, just really being a kid, just being late to practice, and not even extremely late, but little stuff 1-2 minutes, just being just not really paying attention to the details, and honestly, it really did come down to me just being late and just not communicating. Regardless of what my excuse was of me being late on any occasion, it's just man, my communication was poor. I was being a kid. I was being nervous, shaky, scared. I acting like I couldn't talk to my coach, or just let somebody know man, this was going on, or But I think but I got kicked and my coach really made sure that he was. I don't think that he was I'm about to teach you a lesson. I think he really was trying to help me grow up, because he kicked me out of varsity right before we were about to go to the Iolani class, the Hawaii Iolani Classic. And that would have been my first time. I mean, man, everybody's first time going to Hawaii, and the people who went. It's
Right.
But literally had my name on the letter. Oh my God. I remember this day yesterday, walking in.
Yeah.
Man, going in, and I'm on time today. I'm walking in. I'm what's up, y'all? I'm thinking it's normal. Man, I'm walking into the locker room. you got to walk past his office before you get into like our main section of the locker room.
Mm.
I just remember walking past, and he was like, here, come. And I said, what's up, coach? Like, I'm looking towards Hawaii. I'm like, man, I can't wait. Like, I'm in my head, I'm just like, man, like I know people getting their permission slip, we get everything signed. Man, that man had my letter with my name on it. That man, he just told me about myself. Like, he just said, man, look. And it ain't even got nothing to do with my basketball game. Like, it ain't got nothing to do with the tangibles on the court. It's strictly off the court. That man was like, man, you're not focused. Basically, like, he said, the man scratched my name off the, he said, right in my face, and wrote another guy's name right there on. Oh, I was hurt. I was hurt. He didn't stop letting me practice varsity, but I wasn't getting like varsity practice time. I was just there,
Right.
standing, but like he really, when he demoted me to freshman, like freshman only, I just was really like, man, yeah, I got you, bro. Like it's because I served in freshman. We won freshman state. It was like the first one or it was like the last one or the first one, whichever one it was. We won freshman state in Tennessee, and I really had a really great year. But I wanted to be on varsity so bad. He started letting me play. He started letting me play JV probably around like early January of the year. I probably played like 7, 8 JV games freshman year.
Do you think that was ego that had you showing up late to practice? And
yeah, I mean, it was all of the stuff that I couldn't. I'm a 14-year-old. I'm just a kid. I think I know it all. I think I just can do what I want to do. It ain't, and I know I'm not doing anything. To me, I'm not doing anything bad. Like
right.
I'm just even like I don't understand what punctuality is for everybody, but like for best, for our sport at that time, the thing that was holding me back was stuff like being punctual, and it's like, bro, like we can't the game gonna start regardless, so you're gonna be trying to play catch up. This ain't like we waiting on you, and so if we not all on one accord, you are the person that's gonna probably like messing stuff up. You will be one of them because of just how you not focused. But I think that like a lot of my when I got to White Station, I didn't know a lot of people. So I think ego really was there because I was probably trying to just like make a name for myself. You just be me,
Mm-hmm.
Just try to be like, man, I gotta make sure that like people don't think I'm just a nobody or just
right.
I just gotta. I wasn't knowingly doing it, but I could bet that that's probably what was happening that caused me to like just not be focused on this side. Like,
well, 100%. You live and learn. And that's a prime example of, opportunities don't go away. They go to someone else.
Man, that man literally said, I said,
Put somebody else's name right there. Right.
Whoa, that man is trying to hit legit kill me today. Like,
right.
And
I would
that's a
rather
real
just made me
opportunity.
run bleachers or something. Just make me run 100 bleachers. You ain't have to like demoralize me like that.
Nah. Well, hey, the thing about that's that's an opportunity a lot of people don't get a chance to do. Like you said, go to Hawaii.
Man, I respect him so much for that too. It taught me a real lesson in my that story will never go away in my entire life. I think I'll never forget it because I know what it did for me moving forward.
Talk about you said ninth grade, you got some opportunities. Coach took the opportunity away. Talk about going to the 10th grade season. How was what was your outlook on the game at that point after, knowing that you were able or capable of playing on a high level ninth grade year and getting stripped? What was your focus going into your 10th grade year?
Man, let's get started. Try to get a state championship. Like whatever. Like it might not be but I'm here. Like I'm with everybody now, and that was the year that like our guard tandem like transferred. So like my freshman year, nobody really transferred because they were juniors. But then their senior years, they left. So it was like 3 guards that left. And I just knew that, like, man, like that like the year that my sophomore year, we only had like 11, 12 guys on varsity. And so it was like a small team, and it just felt like I really was getting better, like every day. Like it just, I could feel it. Like I was like, man, like this is like I'm getting to get a lot of playing time on the practice, on the practice side, and like even in games, I'm not getting like I'm not the 6 man or the 7 man, but it's like, man, I am getting some minutes. I'm coming in, against, and at that time, Memphis basketball in general, people were just bigger, like all the way around. So
Mhm.
you have something like now it's big guys for sure that's hooping, but they all be on kind of one team. Like back in the
Right.
day, it was a big guys on every team. Like every team had big guys, like
And
big
spaced
wings,
out.
big power forward. It was some big guys playing. So even guards were big. So I just felt like that it gave me an opportunity to really like build my game, because I also think that my 10th grade year is the year that I took off for AU. Like going into my 10th grade year, I didn't play AU. And I just worked on my game. I just hooped. Like I was just hooping all the time. I was going to work out. My uncle would take me to the hill in South Memphis by Hamilton High School. I would go work out, man, and then I would, man, literally just like hoop at the Boys and Girls Club, hoop at the at Wise at community centers. I would just be hooping like all summer. And then I came to 10th grade, like I came in 10th grade with a lot of confidence, like I did, because I was like, man, my guy, we just won freshman state, and I was hooping like, and my guys were the guys that's been 10th graders now: Joe, Julian, Jordan. That's crazy. 3 J's: Joe, Julian, Jordan, Mike. Like these guys are going into varsity. Like here we go, 10th grade. We 10th grade getting real minutes on varsity against seniors and juniors. So if we get certain place this year, then I mean I can only see us getting better. Like like what? And that 10th grade year, we went to the state championship. So it's just like with 12 losses. We had 12 losses that year. We were losing all up and down the place. In our district, we were just losing. But when it was that winter time, we found a way. We just, man, on any given day, especially at the end, towards the end of the season, everybody playing their best basketball, but it is about makes and misses and strategy. So we gonna see if we got it.
Right.
How
So
many times
did
y'all
you?
end up going to state?
Yeah, we went to state my 10th, 11th. We went to the state championship my 10th, 11th, and 12th grade year.
And victorious all three?
Now we went 1 and 2. We got runner up 10th grade year. Lost to Ridgeway High School. We won it my junior year. Beat Raleigh Egypt High School, and then we lost it my senior year to Melrose High School.
So you in 10th grade, you guys make it to state, you become runner up. Talk about talk about some of the 10th grade season, like the competition you guys are playing, the people you guys are going against, the places you guys are going.
So 10th grade was my first like real experience of like traveling for basketball and playing like on a real high level. Like of course AAU, you play sub-state, state, nationals, and you play some little tournaments and stuff. But
Mm-hmm.
like now they travel, they travel more for sure. But back then, it was a turn. You knew the tournaments you was going to. But like my 10th grade year, that was the year that it really opened my eyes to like, oh man, like basketball can be done everywhere, like for real. Like we can be doing it. I can come here. So the first like real game that I saw that I played in, that I knew I was like, oh, we about to really have an opportunity to do something special. Is we played in Kentucky at the Marshall County Hoop Fest, and we played Columbus Northland with Jared Sullinger.
Mm.
And they had Trey Burke, they had Jared Sullinger, they had JD Witherspoon. And man, just the environment, the basketball environment there was just like I'm talking about high schoolers signing autographs. Like that, Brandon Jennings played that year with Oak Hill in it.
Right, okay.
And it was just seeing all of that play out, it was just like it showed me like, man, we about to like hold on, we playing, and that game was like, man, crazy. We ended up losing that game, but that game really was, oh my god, it was so fun. But also we went to Minneapolis and played in the Target Center in Minnesota. That was like one of the best. It felt like in that situation, it felt like I thought like, are we in the league? Like just like the way it was all set up. That was the first time I even seen like snow piled up like it was. Like I have family in Chicago, so I've seen snow in Chicago, but I guess I hadn't been there when it's just like crazy. But like in Minneapolis, when we went to Minnesota, it was like up to the wall, like it was so high. Like I was just like, whoa. But we stayed, like the hotel we stayed in was attached to the Target Center. So we never had to go outside. Like it was a mall in there, it was restaurants in there, it was just all types of stuff. Like, and like we had per diem, like the tournament was giving, they gave the team per diem. Like they had meals for us. I was just like, man, and we playing on the NBA court. I was like, yeah. I was like, I'm in the league. I'm here. I'm gonna get there. We even went to we went to the Timberwolves game like the night before. Like all the teams that played in the little classic. Wally Zerbiak, I think at that time when Wally Zerbiak was there, he was getting off that night. But Drew Holiday played in that classic. Like it wasn't like we didn't really play in a lot of. We played in a few tournaments. We played in more tournaments my junior year, but my sophomore year we played in like showcases. You know, so it's like you play everybody's just playing one game.
Yeah. You know, that's fire. Did that inspire you to like want to go to the next level?
Man, yeah. Look, you couldn't tell me that I wasn't. I'm telling you, when we played that game at the Target Center, I remember the last shot. It was on TV, everything. Like I'm really thinking I'm in the league. I'm telling y'all, like the last shot of the game, we ended up blowing the team out. It was a minute, like because they brought in like 4 teams nationally. They played Minnesota teams. So the Minnesota team that we played, like we ended up beating about like 35, 40 almost. And the last shot, I took a tray ball like at the buzzer, NBA from the wing, right by our bench. I was like, yeah, I gotta do. I'm on TV, my mama watching. I can't leave here not doing nothing. They signing autographs. I said, I gotta get an autograph to get signed. I want somebody to ask me, but I definitely was. I was on it. I was like, bro, yeah. Like I instantly said, I'm playing AU. Like next summer, I'm playing. Like I gotta go on that scene, and I'm not playing for the Wild. I'm gonna go play for T-Gan so I can really get off.
Was your uncle still around at this time?
As far as like just like on hands, hands on with me with my game, no, because I was involved with so much basketball. Like with the teams I was playing for, we was playing to the end of everything. So it was like I'm just. Right. If I wasn't hooping with the team, we really was just playing pickup at gyms. So it's like to be honest with you guys, I never did individual workouts. Like I never, like until my first individual workout legit ever was probably my sophomore year in college, where somebody had me in the gym by myself, like we working on my skills, like
doing drills. Yeah. I think that was foreign until, like you said, to like 2012, 2013.
Yeah.
Like that was really foreign. I mean, you had guys walking around with tennis balls. That was their form of ball handling back in the day. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And so having a trainer and paying a trainer, I mean, kids could barely afford J's back then. So me paying for a trainer on top of that, like that ain't happening. Like, you know what I'm saying?
People had to really it was the guys who were getting trained were guys who had the trainer just had a situation to lock in with them. Like it's like I'm finna just take you and do woo with them. But like I would get in work. I would get a few workouts here and there with just like being in a gym with guys that I know and like they training. I just hop in, but I really didn't get no like real, just like training. That's why I know that like a lot of my basketball, just like talent, skill, just it comes from just my will. I just love it. Like I really do just love getting better at the game. So every time I play it, I'm just trying to find new ways to get better. Like I don't like in this game, in my game, in games in the future. Like I'm just thinking like, man, next time I hoop, I'm gonna do, I'm gonna try to go this way. It's just every single little thing I can get out of the game, and I be trying to poke and pick at it. And I think that's what made me better, just as a hooper. And I never shied away from playing against the best guys. Like I wanted to always play against them. I didn't care what level it was on, who was watching. I just wanted to play either with or against the best. Like if they said these guys they hooping at this gym and I want to go. Like I'm going.
I think that's what it was, right? The guys that's playing the most 21, the most 5-on-5s, them was the guys that's going to be the best. Not so much the training, but more hands-on game situational type of stuff. Was kind of how he was.
Kids these days don't even know what 21 is. So.
Nah.
Yeah,
21. The idea of focusing to make 3 shots in a row, or focusing or keep going. Like it's just like, can you end the game up there?
Right.
Like,
that game winner at the top. Right.
It's just like it's stuff like that make the game. That's what is challenging to me in the game. Yeah, we all gonna make shots, we all gonna make passes and dribble and stuff, but can you make 10 free throws in a row? It's not you gonna ever have to do it for real, but if you can lock in and focus to do something like that, just imagine what else you can get your brain to focus on. You can keep building on it throughout a game and just focus throughout the whole game and really control it. Like a few of the guys do in the NBA, like they are really controlling the pace the entire time, right? Because they've been able to slow it down to the pace that they want to have it at all the time.
Right. And so with you guys being a powerhouse in Memphis 10 and going state to state, beating up on teams, how did your recruitment journey go?
I didn't start really getting recruited. I didn't start getting if you're playing basketball in high school, you're gonna get it's college coaches and scouts and stuff around everywhere. And AU, they gonna say something to you. They might say good game after a game. You may get a conversation here and there in tournaments, but I didn't really start getting to me the recruitment is when a coach is coming to see you, or you're going somewhere, like we may play in this because these people want to see this player play, or even just having it after the game, a college coach or a scout may come and see you and they may not even know you, but you can tell by the conversation that they have with you, they really trying to see what's up with me, But I didn't start getting recruited to my senior year. Because a lot of that came from, in AAU, I was definitely getting interest a lot. Like when I played for T-Game my last 2 years at AAU, I really was getting a lot of SEC, just interest. We were playing in a lot of Southern tournaments during my AAU time with T-Game. And I was getting a lot of just interest. I would see interest from schools from the South, like Georgia, Clemson, Alabama. They were just always in the tournaments. They were always just, even if they didn't say that to me, they just always seemed to be at our court. But sometimes they would say stuff to me, and then I remember my senior year, the first time I ever had a college coach kind of activate my recruitment in my head is when we played East at East my senior year, and I had took a nap before the game. Man, slept over. I'm late for the game. I get there right as they're about to start running out. People are putting on their shooting shirts to all right, we finna run out to go warm up. I'm talking about I get in there I don't even Coach Pitino don't even get mad at me or nothing. Don't even treat me man, I ain't gonna play you because you're late. I just tell him dude, I overslept. I apologize. I get ready for the game. Start stretching, just trying to get locked in. And I remember that game. I hit my first 5 threes, and then I made the 6th one, and they called it off because it was a foul on play. And I remember after I made it, Coach Pitino just took me out, and he was like, "That's all I need you to do tonight." And literally, like the school that I ended up going to, the Coach Neighbor, CBU, they were at that game. And he said, he told me, he said, son, if I had papers to sign that you could sign right here with me today, I would do it. And I think that's when I started really seeing like, okay, school's kind of starting to just like mess with me. Like, and now this is a game I'm thinking like, man, I mean, I'm late. I'm literally like probably looking like a crazy man, just trying to just get in the flow. But it ended up working. That game ended up being a good game for me. Worked out for me. Just me getting in. I had other schools for sure. I had D1s and D2s. A lot of my D1s that were like recruiting me, they wanted me to come like the first year, not on scholarship, but it's like a guaranteed walk on. All of that, then like earn my scholarship, and I was just like, bro, I just didn't. I didn't have a lot of knowledge, so it's like I'm thinking like, bro, I want to play immediately, like, and I don't even and my academics are good, my ACT score good, so I could go to any school I want to. I can apply to schools, and they'll tell me if it ain't like I'm just like running away from just any school. I feel like I can go anywhere in the country, but
Right.
I just think that the need for me to want to just play, I was in a good groove, and I was like, man, I just want to play now. I just want to play, like, which made me kind of lean more towards D2 schools because they were like really on me, like, we'll let you go, like we want you, like. So that's when I went through like probably my whole senior season. It was a cool little season, we went to state championship, didn't get it, but even just my season in general, I had a good season. But I ended up picking CBU a lot because it was a lot of things about CBU that were kind of working in their favor. It was one, I mean, just being a kid, it was at home. My parents, they supported everything I did, but they really didn't get on my basketball way to probably like my 10th grade year of high school. So like I'm playing basketball my entire life, and like my uncle kind of like pushing it, and like my parents dropping me off at practice, but they just don't drop me off at activity. It's not, they ain't really like, they'll come to the game support. They would. I'm not saying they didn't support me, but they just didn't understand. Like, man, I'm really trying to play. Like, bro, I'm trying to hoop. Like, but
right. That's all you really wanted to do.
Man, I really wanted to get once they got on board. It really like I loved it. Like, and so I wanted to give them a chance to see me play as much as possible. Like, just and playing at home gave them that opportunity. Not just them, but just my family in general. Like, I literally brought South Memphis to Christian Brothers. I know it was like a culture shock for them. I would, but like, I'm bringing it. Like, come on in here. Like, they give us 4 names on the list. I'm getting 14. I'm just putting them on there. Like, just come on.
Did you end up finishing at Christian Brothers?
Yeah, I did. I got hurt my junior year, but I had a couple times after my freshman year thinking about transferring, like going to JUCO.
Right.
And then just like trying to go D1. But my sophomore year at CBU, I knew the team that we had would be good in D2. Like, I was just like, dang, like, what's the chances? Like, what, like, because this team, we're actually gonna be good, and I'm gonna be a major part of us being good.
Right.
But I could take a chance and kind of like reset and see what happens. It's just, but like I said, it's at that time, I'm young. It feels like the time is moving fast, so I don't really know. I can't make a decision. So I ended up staying, and we went to the Sweet 16, and it was a great year. Like it really was. Like, and I felt like we were a championship team. We could have won a championship, but we had a couple things. Like, our shooting guard got hurt. Like, in the same play, our shooting guard rolled his ankle, and our big man got his 4th foul, and it was like our big was like, he was All-American. He got his 4th foul on the same play, and it was still like 8 minutes left in the game.
Season was over.
It was just it just felt like
season was over.
The shooting guard didn't come back in.
Yeah.
The shooting guard, it was a bad roll, and then the big man, he didn't come back in to about 4, like 4 minutes, and just that little 4-minute gap where we didn't have them two. Ooh,
Over.
I think we could have been straight. It's just we knew we wasn't getting one of them back. Like it's like,
Right. Momentum shift.
Man, and then we were playing a rival. Like literally, that was one of those teams that we knew. Like, in the beginning of the season, it's like whoever wins between these two teams coming out of the region, like Alabama, Huntsville, and CBU. And man, it used to be battles.
What year was this?
This was I played CBU 2010 through 2014, so it was my sophomore year, 2011 and 2012.
Okay.
So you go to college, you pick CBU.
Before you I'm sorry to cut you off. I'm gonna tell y'all where I wanted to go though, where I should have been. And it's not and I'm gonna tell you where I wanted to go, as in like my dream school, like the school that regardless if they were recruiting me or not, I wanted to go there. And then I'll tell you a school that was recruiting me that I should have actually went to probably.
Okay.
So the school that was recruiting me, the school that I wanted to always go to was Syracuse. Like I wanted to go there so bad, literally since my like 8th grade year, I wanted to go there. I was like, I don't know why I want to go to this orange school, this New York out here. I just want to go. Like, then of course Melo got there. I was just like, I gotta go. Like, what? Like, I would have went there just to go to the school probably. But the school that was recruiting me that I probably should have went to and just took the little chance and the little risk on just like not playing like the first, like just, going not on scholarship the first year was probably MTSU. So they started recruiting me like towards the very, very end of my senior year. And then
Montana State?
Middle Tennessee State, yeah.
Middle Tennessee, okay, Middle Tennessee.
It was Morehouse. Morehouse was recruiting me and MTSU was recruiting me. And I thought about going to MTSU, but like they was coming to watch us play in the spring. Hooping, I'm talking to the assistant coaches, talking to the scouts, and then all of a sudden, like they just stopped coming. And then I asked my coach, like, what's up with MTSU? And he was just like, man, I haven't heard from him. And they even stopped like talking to him. And so it just, to this day, I still don't know what happened with MTSU, but like if I had the opportunity to like out of the schools that was actually looking at me to come for real, it would probably have been MTSU. I had SEMO. SEMO was looking at me too. When Jamie Russell was over there, but I couldn't go over there because the coach's son was the point guard. So it was just gonna be an uphill journey my entire college career. It was just like, and those guys who ended up going over there, I wish I could have played with them. We probably would have did some super nice things, but it's just like I just knew I was not gonna be able to crack. Man, it's your dad. It's just it's just nepotism. Sometimes sometimes it helps. Sometimes if it helps somebody, it hurts somebody else.
No, you definitely got to go where you appreciate it and not tolerate it.
For sure.
You definitely made the right decision by not going where the coach's son was, because you already know that them is conversations that you ain't privy to.
You play my position, bro. No.
You play your position. You already know.
I'm you every day and watching you get served every game. I can't. Like,
what you think about the NIL?
Man, I like it. It's levels to it. I feel like they're still trying to figure out, exactly how to really maneuver in the proper way. I think that like just anything in general that's creating buzz and anything in general that's getting people to lock in, just into anything should be able to, like reap the rewards from there. It's you keeping a lot of people alive by, man, they just watch you play. Like it's like, man, you should be able to, for your likeness, for your if you are a catalyst of just the energy and the flow of what's going on, bro. Yeah, you should be able to. Right. And because that's what's happening. Like it's happening anyway. Like that's you are only able to do it on the platform that you're doing it because they're reaping the benefits. Like, but it's like if everybody, man, folks just don't like to share. I just feel like we as humans, we just need to be better at sharing at this base level. Like it's just, and if we get better at sharing at the base level, people will understand, like, man, it takes two to tango. it's always 50-50. Like it's
Right.
even if you think you got a lot, once you involve me and you saying you need me, like the leverage it's not a big gap between the leverage, because we all need each other. But people kind of get tricked into doing a lot of things, and I just think that like a lot of these kids, man. Fortunately, the age that we live in, a lot of these kids already are in good families that they got like the basketball now. Sports back in the day, it felt like you're trying to use sports to get out. Like it felt like, but like now, it does feel like call it what you want to. It feel like a little hustle a little bit, And I feel like that it's still people that the sport is still pure at its core. People still are playing the game because they love it. And that's any sport, but it is like it's so many more things that's circulating around sports that, man, you got to get with the program. You still can be amazing at your sport, but you do have to get with the program and keep on building on it. So people just trying to continue to feed their families, and also just not get tricked out of their name, and I feel like that's a good thing.
Did you graduate or finish from Christian Brothers?
Yep. I was the first male on my in my family on my mom's side to like kind of like,
give it up for Harry, black man with a degree. Give it up for Harry.
What I'm talking about, what we do.
You know what I'm saying? Black man with a degree.
If I wasn't gonna do anything, I was gonna get that paper because can't take it away from me. It's not too many things in this world we can leave, but that's part of the legacy, man. I did that. I did it so I can show my people that, bro, we can just do it. Even if you don't want to do it, it's possible, bro. You can do it. It ain't nothing to it.
It's a nice.
You should send me the graduation picture, cuz.
Yeah, definitely. Definitely.
Send me that joint next time. On the next one. Send me that joint next time.
Definitely, man. It was, man. I'm so happy about that too. Like y'all don't know, like it's, man. I held it down. I stayed in it. I even had to do a little extra. I went to summer school like after my senior year, finished out, man, got my job. I was like, yeah, I'm straight. My mama, and it's like, man, mom, here you go. Like, like this.
That's what you're good for, right?
Two college graduates. That's just can't even like it's. My mama said all the time, man. She ain't got perfect kids, but she got good kids. And there's so much love in this statement because you can go. It's like both ways. She know that it's perfect. Like it's just. Yeah. It's good. It's perfect because it's good. So she said to us because it's like tough love.
Mm-hmm. No, that's facts. Tell us about the clothing line.
Oh yeah, so the brand, so GHGG Groundhog Gangrene, the clothing it's actually not a clothing line. It's actually we're turning it into a corporation. The clothing is actually visibility. So yeah, a lot of it's a lifestyle brand. So a lot of the clothing is gonna be just basic essentials, just stuff that's just showing the brand, the name, but really the branding itself is like it's a motivational tool daily. So it essentially will become an incubator to help other brands like get pushed out. So you grind hard to get whatever that green is that you want. Like, and I think like just as far as branding goes, like having merch and stuff, just so people can even ask the question, like, what's that? Like, like it gives us the opportunity to be able to expound upon what it actually is, because it is clothes attached to the brand, but it's not a clothing brand. So just trying to get the visibility of GHGG for the engineer for the daily grind, Groundhog Gangrene, like all of that. We're actually we actually do a Thanksgiving drive every year. It's called a Never Again Full Thanksgiving drive, and we like literally this Tuesday and Wednesday we set it up, but we get boxes of food and household items to families like in the city. And so this will be the 8th year that we doing this, and we was able to partner with Brain Food to get some hot meals with it too. But just building it out, like we've been doing that initiative. We've done Black History Month initiatives for Black-owned businesses. We just trying to create more ways to like be inclusive with the community, but then also push out man, entrepreneurs, pushed out artists, pushed out anything that we could put our hands on that really can like man change the culture, or it really just help it in general. And we started with the club. We started with pushing out clothes first because we sell a look. We have like merch that we sell on our site, but a lot of clothes that we have out like that people have. It's really just like a lot of samples, just stuff that we've been making, just like to man, you're in my world. You've been doing like boom, like because like for instance, if we would have been doing this podcast in person, I'm bringing y'all stuff. Like it's because in my head it's like for you to tap into me, you gotta be grinding hard again. It's like so I want you to be a representative of it. So everybody that gets it, it's not if you got it, you attached to us some type of way. It's not the situation where it's like you can just buy some clothes from somewhere you don't know who made it. It's just
right.
It's just
the mission behind it. Mm-hmm.
Like I like the idea of every person that has something. It's like they have an attachment to somebody that's involved with the situation. So, but yeah, we started making it official around the pandemic. And then since the pandemic, we kind of been like just fine tuning, tweaking it as we continue to push things out into the public. And it's been cool. Like it's been like of course everything is a journey. You're gonna go through ups and downs, lefts and rights. But the process is so amazing because every time you go through something, you figure out that you can do something. So it's like just like getting to the next part of it, be letting me know like, oh yeah, like. Now, when we go about it this way, this time we do this, and it's just like creating building blocks makes it to where like, man, you never really have to do nothing drastic to make something pop. It's just like, man, you just building on everything that you're doing that you feel right about doing, and then one time it's gonna actually get seen. But all the building that you've been doing, it's not gonna make it feel like it's just out of nowhere.
Brick by brick,
man.
I believe that's in the Bible somewhere. Don't quote me. I'm not the biblical man. I am a spiritual man. But
hey, likewise,
brick,
my brother,
yeah,
likewise,
you know what I'm saying?
likewise.
I believe in the Jesus, but brick by brick, I believe is somewhere in there, man. That's how you build things up for sure.
Man. But definitely tap in, grindhardganggreen.com. That's that's the brand. And it's ancillary brands under it. I'm trying like the idea was to build it out like sort of like the model of it to be kind of like Nike. So Nike has it's a major brand, and it has like brand athletes. They have their own brand up under it. So like that's really the idea of it. So you have like my ancillary brand and my personal it's a production company brand is DNA. Is Then You Not On You. So that's music media merch all over and creative directing, all of that. Then we got my homeboy Ian, 1% Every Day. It's like an athletic brand. So and then we got my homeboy Pat. He does photography, videography, always helping others. That's his brand. Pat on the Plains. He man, really it's just been we just been building it out little by little, and you
guys, what about
it's all come together for sure.
I was gonna say your boy got a brand too, Farrakhan.
Oh yeah, Pharaoh Steel Community, he got a brand too. Yep. He
I know. I don't know. I don't talk to him like that, but I just seen his brand before just posting, so that's why I see it.
Oh yeah. We was in the mix with Pharaoh at the beginning stages of his brand. Like we was like cultivating it, like curating it. Yeah, man, state champion, White Station. He was he's a big part of why we won for sure. My junior year.
Definitely send us the flyer for your Thanksgiving giveaway. That's coming up next week. We definitely want to share that to the people and let that touch wherever that we can. This is what it's all about, bro. As young guys, growing into our manhood and letting the next generation know what they can and can't do, what cracks is out there, and giving them an opportunity, to learn right from wrong, and just kind of being that stepping stone to going wherever they need to go, man. And so glad to hear you're doing your thing in the community, man. Really hands-on type of stuff, bro. And that's what we'd like to hear, man. That's what we'd like to see. And that's what makes you a guru, bro. That's why I had to bring you on, man, so you can share your story and share your influence in the community, man. How you help out the next generation, bro. We appreciate that for real.
Man, I appreciate you guys. That gurus of the game, that's tough, bro. Like that
Yeah,
it's like respectfully, because it's a lot, it's triple, quadruple entendres in it, like game and
right.
guru and game. It's just if you can take it how you want it, but that's man, that's why when I got hit up about it, I was just like, I was like, this actually fire. Like, I was like, I don't even know if I was like, I don't know if he know what he's saying to me. But as I'm hearing it, I'm like, bro, this fire. Like,
Yeah,
I can't wait to, I couldn't wait to just come and just have a conversation, just honestly, because
100%.
man, I talked to Chanel, like we talked with probably like an hour, like hour and a half, just like I was already like telling him stories about different stuff from White Station. He was just like, bro, like this. I never knew, bro. I never knew. I was just like, it's crazy. I never really even get a chance to even say this type of stuff. Like he was asking me questions already, and I was like, bro, that's crazy. Like people really don't talk about this stuff, but it's cool that y'all doing this, bro. Like I really hope that people like are tapping in, man, showing support, showing love, bro. Because even some of the people I've seen you guys do already, it's like, man, they are really. Man, they got some good stories. They know the game. It's not like they're coming from like just out of nowhere. And
Right.
man, keep pushing this thing. Like you said, brick by brick, man. If you consistent and constant, it's hard to like it's hard to look. It's hard.
Yeah, man. If you build it, the people will come.
They
And so we're
come.
gonna keep. Yeah, word. We're gonna keep on building it with great guys like you, man, and ladies for sure. Ladies coming up for sure. Don't get it twisted, man. But we're here, man. We appreciate your time tonight, OG. Yeah, facts. You got anything? You got anything, Chanel?
All right, y'all. We want to wrap it up. We want to tell you guys, thank you guys for tapping in with us tonight. Shout out to Memphis. Shout out to everywhere. We appreciate you guys locking in with us on a consistent basis. And like you said, continue to support and grow our brand. Thank you guys. You guys have a great night.
Absolutely. Here, we salute you, my G. As
Man,
always,
appreciate you boys, man. Y'all boys be easy. Man, be safe out there. I'll get with y'all, man.
we gonna tap in with you in the spring.
Man, for sure. I'm gonna send y'all some links to some different things, bro, so y'all can be up to speed on things that's going on, that we got going on down here, because it may be an opportunity, to expand, move it, in different ways. You never know.
Yeah, we're taking the show on the road, baby. That's big facts, man. So we good locking with you here.
Man, for sure, bro. I appreciate the love, appreciate all love, man. Y'all boys be easy.
Man, right back to you. And as always, stay out the streets, stay in that gym. Until next time, man, we'll holler.
Peace.
Yes, sir.